Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in this video we'll see how to find the maximum subarray sum. Okay, so very first question arises, what is subarray? So the subarray is a part of the array which will have one or more than one element. So you can take this subpart, or you can take this, or you can take this. You can take any subarray. Okay, but the condition is that whichever subarray you are taking, it should give you the maximum sum among all the subarray. So the if I am taking this part of the subarray, so the sum of this subarray will become 4 plus minus 1 will become 3, 3 minus 2 will become 1, 1 plus 1 2, 2 plus 5 7. So the answer to this subarray, that is sum of this subarray, is 7. So it is only the maximum sum. Okay, if you are taking this part, that is 2 to minus 1, so minus 2 and minus 2 plus minus 3 will give you minus 5, minus 5 plus 4 will give you 1, and 1 minus 1 will give you 0. So it is not maximum because we have got 7 here. So 7 will become our maximum. You can take any, but for example I have shown this subpart. So this is only the answer of this array, that is this is only the array subarray which will give you the maximum sum. So 7 is our answer to this maximum subarray. So let's see how we can do this by two approaches, by using brute force or by using Kadans algorithm. Okay, so the very first approach that comes to your mind is a brute force approach, right? So in this brute force approach, we'll use two loops, one for iterating through this array, another for calculating the sum of this subarray, particular subarray, right? So at the very first, we'll initialize our sum as 0 and we'll initialize our max sum, okay, as int min, that is the highly negative value. But why we are initializing our max sum as highly negative value? Because whenever we'll get the sum as any positive integer, so we'll change our max sum to that positive integer, right? So the very first, or I will at 0th index and j will start from I, right? So at the very first calculate, they will calculate, the loop will calculate this sum, and at the second, whenever j will become plus plus, so this sub part of the array, sum of this sub part of the array will be calculated, then this, then this, then this, then this, then this. Okay, at the very first iteration whenever I is 0, and whenever I will come at this index, so okay, so j will start from this index only, and loop will run for this, for this, for this, for this, for this, for this, and for this. So like that our loop will run, and our second loop will calculate the maximum sum. So whenever we'll get the maximum sum as any positive integer, so we'll update our max sum. Okay, so like that we'll get our maximum sum and we'll store it at maximum sum variable. Let's just quickly see the pseudocode for this. Here j will start from I. Okay, so this is a pseudocode that we have discussed, that we'll be using two loops and we'll initialize, I have not written this, and we'll initialize our sum as 0 and we'll initialize our max sum as highly negative value, that is int min. Different languages have different syntaxes for this int min. If you look at in Java, so they are using integer dot int min. So based on the language you are using, you can use this. Okay, then we are using two loops and we are calculating the sum that I have shown how they are calculating. We'll start from I, j and I will start from the very first index and they will calculate the sum. Okay, and whenever our sum will become greater than the max sum, so we'll update our max sum, right? And at last we'll return that max sum. So the time complexity of this solution will be O of n square, because we're using two loops here, right? And the space complexity remain constant. So let's just see how we can do this by using only one loop, that is by using very famous algorithm, that is Kadans algorithm. So let's just see how we can do this. In Kadans algorithm, we'll initialize our sum as 0 at first and we'll keep the value of the first index, that is in the max. So our max will become -2 now and our sum is 0 now. So we'll linearly traverse the array one by one and we'll increase the sum. So whenever our sum will become greater than max, so we'll change our max, right? And whenever our sum will go into the negative value, that is less than 0 value, so we'll set our sum as 0 again. Let's see how we can do this. So at the very first, I will be at 0th index, so we'll calculate the sum. So 0 plus -2 will become -2, so the sum will become now -2. So we'll check, is our sum is greater than max? No, not, it's equal. So we'll not change our max, but our sum is at negative value now, so we'll set our sum as 0 again. Then again we'll increase, I will become 1 now. Then again we'll calculate the sum. So 0 plus -3 will become -3. So again it's not greater than max. Okay, so it's negative. So we'll set our sum as 0. Then again we'll increase the iteration. So 0 plus 4 will become 4. So now our sum is greater than max. So we'll change our max to 4. Then again we'll increase. Then again we'll calculate the sum. So 4 plus -1 will become 3. So again we'll check, is our sum is greater than max or not. So sum, that is 3. 3 is not greater than 4. So we'll not change the max. Then again we'll increase the traversing. Now 3 minus 2, that is 3 plus -2 will become 1 now, right? Sum plus the element we are taking, okay? So 3 plus -2 will become 1. Again our sum is not greater than max, so we'll do nothing to the max. Then again we'll iterate further. Then again we'll check. We'll calculate the sum. So 1 plus 1 will become now 2. So again we'll check, is our sum is greater than max or not. So 2 is not greater than max, so we'll do nothing to the max. Then again we'll increase the iteration. Now our sum will become 2 plus 5. 2 plus 5 will become 7. Sorry, 7. So 7 is now greater than max, so we'll change our max. That is, our max will become 7 now. Then again we'll increase the iteration. So 7 plus -3 will become 4. So we'll again check, is our sum is greater than max or not. So in this case 4 is not greater than 7. So we'll not do anything to the max. Now we have end our traversing. Now we'll come out of the loop because we have end our traversing. Okay, so this is will return our max. While coming out of the loop, will return our max. So this is only the answer to this sub-array, particular sub-array. The maximum sum of this sub-array, that is 7. So let's just quickly see the pseudocode for this. Code of the Kadans algorithm that we have discussed. So the very first, we have initialized our sum as 0 and we have kept our max is at first index value, okay, and we'll linearly traverse the array. We'll calculate the sum one by one, and after calculating the sum, we'll check if our sum is greater than max or not. If it's greater than max, so we'll store our sum value into max, okay, and again we'll check, is our sum is negative, that is less than 0 or not. So in some cases it will become negative. So we'll set our sum to 0 again, okay, and at last we'll get our max sum and we'll return that max, okay. So this is the code of the Kadans algorithm. Hope you have understood this. So let's just see the time complexity. So we have reduced the time complexity from O(n) square to O(n). Okay, in the previous approach, that is in the brute force approach, we are using 2 loops. Okay, so we have reduced by using Kadans algorithm, and the space complexity will remain constant. We haven't used any extra space here, so the space complexity will remain constant here. So that's it for this video. Make sure you like, share and subscribe to the channel for more such upcoming videos on data structure and algorithm. So till then, bye bye. I'll see you in the next video.